Hello students, hope you are all safe and healthy. Let us resume our class. Last class we have studied the developmental stages of a fetus, and today we are going to study maintenance of pregnancy and embryonic development. We have discussed last class, isn't it? And now before going to this maintenance of pregnancy and embryonic development, we have a box giving information about how twins are produced during pregnancy. We would be wondering how these twins are produced. So here is the answer for that question. Monozygotic. Monozygotic. Mono means single. Zygotic means single zygote. Is it clear for you? So this zygote is only one. One zygote. So this term itself will tell you about one zygote. Okay, identical twins. So the twins formed from one zygote. Okay, and further it splits into two during the first cleavage. And those twins are of the same sex and look alike and share the same genes. And that is why we can able to see them very identical. ரெண்டு பேரும் ரொம்பவே சிமிலரா ஒரே மாதிரி இருப்பாங்க. நிறைய படம் பார்த்துருப்போம் இல்லையா, ரெண்டு பேரும் ட்வின்ஸ் ஒரே மாதிரியா இருக்க ட்வின்ஸ். ஸோ இது எப்படி, இதுக்கு பேர் என்ன? வாட் இஸ் த டேர்ம்? மோனோசைகாட்டிக். இஸ் இட் கிளியர் ஃபார் யூ? ஸோ ஒரு ஜைகோட்ல இருந்து ரெண்டு கிளீவேஜ், அந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கிளீவேஜ்லயே ரெண்டா ஸ்பிளிட் ஆகி ரெண்டு தனித்தனி ஜைகோட்ல ஃபார்ம் ஆகிற twins the monozygote. Is it clear for you? And they look very similar and more they will be same sex only. அதாவது same sex na boy boy girl girl தான் இருப்பாங்க. அந்த மாதிரி தனியா இருக்க மாட்டாங்க, டிஃபரெண்டா இருக்க மாட்டாங்க. ஓகே, டிஃபரெண்ட் செக்ஸ்ல கிடையாது. Next we will see dizygote. This term itself will tell you di na ரெண்டு zygote. அப்போ பிரியறதுக்கு முன்னாடியே ரெண்டு ஜைகோட்ல ஃபார்ம் ஆயிருக்கு. Is it clear for you? So those twins are produced when two separate eggs. So நல்லா ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க, ரெண்டு egg are fertilized by two separate sperms. The twins may be of the same sex or different sex and are non-identical. So those twins are called dizygotic. நீங்க நிறைய ட்வின்ஸ் பார்த்துருப்பீங்க, பிரதர் அண்ட் சிஸ்டரா இருப்பாங்க. ஓகே, ஆர் டிஃப்ரெண்டா இருப்பாங்க, பட் தே ஆர் நாட் ஐடென்டிக்கல், பட் தே ஆர் ட்வின்ஸ். அந்த மாதிரி ட்வின்ஸ் தான் நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம்? டைசைகோட்டிக். Fraternal twins are produced, I repeat, twins are produced when two separate eggs are fertilized by two separate sperms. The twins may be of the same sex or different sex or non-identical. CMSC, united twins, are the conjoined twins who are joined during birth. ஒட்டி பிறப்பாங்க. Now we will see maintenance of pregnancy and embryonic development. Already we have seen in the last video, and now we are going to see what are the concepts that is given in our textbook. We will see the inner cell mass in the blastula is differentiated into epiblast and hypoblast immediately after implantation. We have already covered this topic, this concept, implantation. Implantation patti padichitom last time test kuda eludhunom, isn't it? The hypoblast is the embryonic endoderm and the epiblast is the ectoderm. உண்மையிலே இந்த blastula என்னவா பிரியுது? ரெண்டா பிரியுது. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ரெண்டா பிரியுது. ஓகே, அவுட்டர் அண்ட் இன்னர். ஸோ இன்னரை நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம்னா, இந்த பிளாஸ்டுலாவை ஹைப்போபிளாஸ்டுலா எண்டோடர்ம் அப்படின்றோம். அவுட்டரை வந்து நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம்? எக்டோடர்ம். இதை வந்து எபிபிளாஸ்ட் அப்படின்றோம். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இது ரெண்டா பிரியுது. ஓகே, அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் இந்த ரெண்டுக்கும் நடுவுல ஒரு மீசோடர்ம் வருது. Is it clear? The cell remaining in between the epiblast and the endoderm forms the mesoderm. Is it clear for you? Thus, the transformation of the blastocyst into blastula with the primary germ layer by the movement of blastomere is called gastrulation. So, in the blastula தான் மூணு லேயரா பிரிஞ்சு அது germ லேயரா மாறுறத அந்த ப்ராசஸை நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம்? Each germ layer will give rise to different organs. So that process of transforming the blastula into gastrula is called as gastrulation. And the movement and the germ layers la அப்படியே move ஆகி blastomere இந்த blastomere move ஆகிறது தான் the gastrulation. Now each germ layer give rise to specific tissues, organs and organ system during organogenesis. Organogenesis அப்படின்னா genesis formation, organ on organ. So each germ layer ஒரு organ form ஆகுது, அதுதான் நம்ம சொல்றோம் organogenesis. The extra embryonic membrane, namely இதெல்லாம் வந்து embryo கூட இருக்கக்கூடிய extra membrane. So இந்த மூணும் இருக்கு இல்லையா? What are they? Amnion, yolk sac, allantosis and chorion protect the embryo from desiccation. Desiccation na காஞ்சி போகாம இருக்கு. Okay? Yes, mechanical shock and help in absorption of nutrients and exchange of gases. So இதெல்லாம் இந்த குழந்தையை சுத்தி இருக்கு. Yeah. So what is that? So அதோட purpose என்ன? இந்த extra embryonic membrane ஓட significance என்ன? What is the role? அப்படி கேட்டாங்கன்னா you will write. It protects the embryo from desiccation. It also absorbs mechanical shocks and help in absorption of nutrients and exchange of gases. So in this one, what I have highlighted is the significant role of extra embryonic membrane. Or if at all the question is like this, what are the extra embryonic membrane? So you will write amnion, yolk sac, allantosis, chorion. Okay, these are the important 4 extra embryonic membranes. The amnion is double layer translucent membrane filled with the amniotic fluid. இது தமிழ்ல சொன்னா பனிக்குடம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. தமிழ்ல குழந்தைய சுத்தி ஒரு தண்ணி இருக்கும், அந்த தண்ணி தான் இந்த amniotic fluid. நம்ம தண்ணின்றோம், தண்ணி கிடையாது, அது fluid. அது liquidல இருக்கிறதுனால நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம்? தண்ணின்றோம். It's not water actually, it's a liquid, it's a fluid. That fluid is called as the amniotic fluid. அந்த membrane, அந்த amniotic fluid ஓட குழந்தையோட சேர்த்து இருக்கிற membrane தான் amnion அப்படின்றோம். Is it clear for you? That membrane is called as amnion and the fluid is called as the amniotic fluid. சரி, இந்த amniotic fluidனால என்ன பலன்? What is the significance? Okay, what is the role played by this amniotic fluid? இந்த fluidல என்ன இருக்கு? It provides buoyant environment to protect the embryo from injuries, regulates the temperature of the fetus and provides a medium in which a fetus can move. So இங்க இருந்து இது வரைக்கும் என்ன ரோல், எதோட ரோல் கொடுத்திருக்காங்க, எதோட ஃபங்க்ஷன் கொடுத்திருக்காங்கன்னா இந்த amniotic fluid ஓட ஃபங்க்ஷன் கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. So I am showing here. Once again I am reading. It provides a buoyant environment. Buoyant என்னது? மிதக்கிறது. அந்த லிக்விட்லயே அந்த குழந்தை வந்து மூவ் ஆகும். இந்த மூவ் ஆகிறதுனால எந்த டேமேஜும் ஆகாது. So it gives a buoyancy, okay, to protect the embryo developing from injury. It regulates the temperature. அந்த டெம்பரேச்சரும் சீரா கான்ஸ்டன்டா வச்சுக்கிறது அந்த amniotic fluid ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கு அந்த fetus. Provide a medium in which a fetus can move. So தண்ணி இருக்கிறதுனால மூவ்மெண்ட்டும் ஈஸியா, தண்ணி மாதிரி லிக்விட் மாதிரி இருக்கிறதுனால மூவ்மெண்ட்டும் ஃபீட்டஸ்க்கு ஈஸியா. ஓகே, எஸ். The yolk sac. இப்போ நம்ம yolk sac பார்க்கலாம். ஓகே, yolk sac. இப்போ நம்ம yolk sac அப்படின்னு பார்க்கும்போது நம்மளோட நார்மலா சாப்பிட்ற முட்டையில நீங்க பார்ப்பீங்களா yellow கலர், அது சொல்றது yolk. அது மாதிரி நம்மளோட எம்ப்ரியோ வளரும் போதும் அந்த yolk sacல இருந்து தான் நியூட்ரிஷன் குழந்தைக்கு. ஓகே, yolk sac தான் என்னவா மாறுதுன்னா forms a part of a gut and is a source of earliest blood cells and blood vessels. So அதுதான் வந்து first yolk sac தான் என்னவா இருக்கு? earliest blood cells and blood vessels இருக்கு. You can see now human fetus within the uterus. Diagram representing a fetus, a small baby inside the uterus. So what are the organs associated with human fetus? You can see now the entire structure is the uterus. You already know it is where the fetus is growing. This connection between the placenta and the baby and the fetus, that tube where the nourishment blood vessels enters into the body of the fetus is called as the umbilical cord. Okay, and you know this entire structure is a uterus and this layer is called as chorion and the inner layer you can see this amniotic fluid. அதோட membrane தான் amnion. அப்புறம் பாப்பா பேரு fetus நம்ம சொல்றோம். And you know this one is a fallopian tube. Two sides you have fallopian tube, isn't it? Yes, fallopian tube. And this membrane is called as a allantosis. And this one placenta, which is embedded inside the uterus, அதோட connectionsலாம் ரொம்ப டைட்டா uterusல embedded ஆயிருக்கு with the help of a placental villi. So placenta, fetus, human fetus within the uterus. If it is asked, one should draw this diagram and you should label all this parts. So these are the parts very important. Next, so far we have seen about the amniotic fluid. We saw about the role of yolk sac, and now we will see about what is allantosis forms. The allantosis forms a small out-pocketing of embryonic tissue at the caudal end of the yolk sac. It is the structural base for the umbilical cord that links the embryo to the placenta, and ultimately it becomes a part of the urinary bladder. Okay, so allantosis is a part and becomes the urinary bladder. So this one also we saw. And finally, chorion is the outermost membrane which encloses the embryo and all other membranes and also help in the formation of placenta. So chorion. So far we have seen the role of extra embryonic membrane. All the 4 organs we have covered. Now we will see to the next. We will go to the next part. The trophoblast cells in the blastocyst send out several fingers like projection called chorionic villi, carrying a fetal blood and are surrounded by sinuses that contain maternal blood. Maternal abina mother. Chorionic villi and the uterine tissues form the disc-shaped placenta. Placenta is a temporary endocrine organ formed during the pregnancy, and it connects the fetus to the uterine wall through the umbilical cord. இது ஏற்கனவே நமக்கு தெரியும் இல்லையா placenta. It is also endocrine gland. அதுவும் படிச்சிட்டோம் நம்ம. It is the organ by which the nutritive, respiratory and excretory functions are fulfilled. So இந்த placenta மூலமா தான் குழந்தைக்கு இந்த nutrition உள்ள போகுது, respiration நடக்குது, excretory function also is taking place. Okay, but the internal organs நீங்க கேட்கலாம், internal organsலாம் work ஆகுமா? Internal organsலாம் அவ்வளோ work ஆகாது. Only the heart beats and all the respiratory, excretory அதெல்லாம் எது மூலமா function ஆகுதுன்னா இந்த placenta மூலமா தான். The embryo's head develops during the 4th week of pregnancy and circulates blood through the umbilical cord and the placenta as well as through its own tissue. Next, the primary germ layer serves as a primitive tissues for which all the body organs develop. So in the primary germ layer தான் எல்லா ஆர்கன்ஸும் அதுல இருந்து தான் originate ஆகுது. Okay, அதனால நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம்னா primitive tissue. The ectoderm give rise to, இது வந்து ஒரு question, நல்லா ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க. நம்ம last time we have covered in the video itself. This time it is you just mark it and just learn now. The ectoderm give rise to the central nervous system. நல்லா கவனிச்சுக்கோங்க. ectoderm brain, spinal cord. Peripherous nervous system, epidermis na உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். Epidermis is skin. Okay, and its derivatives and mammary gland. The connective tissues, cartilage, bone, muscles, organs of urinogenital system arises from the mesoderm. So mesoderm கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. Next, finally, the endoderm derivatives are epithelium of gastrointestinal and respiratory tract, liver, pancreas, thyroid and parathyroid. So this paragraph emphasizes the derivatives of organs. So from the primary germ layer we have 3 layers, and each 3 layers gives rise to different organs. So let us first see what does ectoderm give rise to. First, ectoderm give rise to what are the organs? Brain, spinal cord. Spinal cord, you can write peripheral nervous system and skin. Skin means epidermis and its derivatives and the mammary gland. So these are the organs arising from the ectoderm. Once again I repeat, we are seeing the second one, mesoderm. Mesoderm la enna? Mesoderm na nalla ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க. உள்ள இருக்க organs எல்லாம். அப்ப நடுவுல இருக்க mesodermல இருந்து உள்ள இருக்க organs எல்லாம் develop ஆகுது. என்னென்ன உள்ள இருக்க organs? Connective tissues. Connective tissues உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். Cartilage, bone, இது எல்லாமே connective tissues, blood. Okay, cartilage, bone, muscles, organs of urinogenital system. Urinogenital அப்படினா இதுல என்னென்ன வரும்? எல்லாமே நமக்கு வந்து excretory organs வரும். Excretory organs என்னென்ன? Kidney, ureter, and even genital அப்படினா reproductive organs இதுல சேரும். Okay, mesoderm வந்து reproductive organs இதுல இருந்து origin ஆகுது. Okay, so mesoderm. And next finally endodermal derivatives. Endodermal derivatives னா என்னென்ன வருது? Gastrointestinal. அப்ப gastrointestinalனா வயிறு அப்புறம் intestine அதெல்லாமே அந்த digestive system full and respiratory tract. அது respiratory tract னா என்ன தெரியும்ல உங்களுக்கு? What are the respiratory tract? Lungs, nostrils, pharynx, trachea, lungs இது எல்லாமே mesoderm ல இருந்து endoderm ல இருந்து வருது. Liver, pancreas, thyroid and parathyroid. So இந்த organs எல்லாமே வந்து endoderm ல இருந்து வருது. Sometimes they may ask cartilage is a derivative of ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm. நீங்க என்ன எழுதணுமோ அதை எழுதணும். Is it clear? Or sometimes mesoderm give rise to அப்படின்னு கேட்டாங்கன்னா நீங்க இந்த organs எழுதணும். So whatever it may be, question may be, this paragraph is a very very important paragraph. Keep that in your mind. Okay. Human pregnancy lasts for about 280 days or 40 weeks. அதாவது கம்ப்ளீட்டா 9 மாசம் முடியும். Uterus for 280 days. Not only you, all everybody. சரியா? 9 மாசம் குழந்தை வந்து வளர்றதுக்கான gestation period. Human pregnancy lasts for 280 days or 40 weeks and this period is called as a gestation period. It can be divided for convenience into 3 trimesters. So in the 40 weeks அதாவது 9 மாசத்தை நம்ம வந்து ஈஸியா கணக்குல வச்சுக்கணும் அப்படின்னா மெடிக்கல்ல வந்து இப்படிதான் அதை வந்து கணக்குல வச்சுப்பாங்க. ஓகே, ட்ரைமஸ்டர் அப்படின்னா 3 மாசமா 9 மாசத்தை 3 பிரிச்சிடலாம். ஸோ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ட்ரைமஸ்டர் அப்படின்னா என்னது? ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 3 months 1 2 3. செகண்ட் ட்ரைமஸ்டர்னா செகண்ட் செட் ஆஃப் 3 months அதாவது 4 5 6. தேர்ட் ட்ரைமஸ்டர்னா 7 8 9. இதுதான் வந்து இப்படிதான் வந்து நம்ம பிரிச்சிருக்கோம். இப்படி பிரிக்கும் போது என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா, பிகாஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ட்ரைமஸ்டர்ல ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 3 monthsல some development will take place, and similarly in second 3 months some other developments will take place, and last 3 months some other development will take place. அப்போ ஈஸியா நம்மளால கணக்கும் வச்சுக்க முடியும், அதை கால்குலேட்டும் பண்ண முடியும், அது சரியா இருக்கான்னு கூட செக்கும் பண்ண முடியும். அதனால for our convenience the gestation period is classified into 3 trimester. Is it clear for you? So let us see now what are the development taking place in the first trimester. The first trimester is the main period of organogenesis. So first அதுல என்ன நடக்குது? Organogenesis. முக்கியமான organs எல்லாம் develop ஆகுது. Body organs, namely the heart, limbs, lungs, liver, external genital organs are well developed. I think you would have seen in the video itself. You would have clearly watched it. Yes. By the end of the second trimester, அதாவது second trimester முடியும் போது அப்படியே 6வது மாசம் கம்ப்ளீட் ஆகும்போது என்ன டெவலப்மெண்ட்? 6 to 7வது மாசத்துல the face is well formed with the features. So கண் விழி அதாவது நம்மளோட eyelids and eyelashes, eye blinks, and body is covered with the fine hair, muscle tissues develop and bone becomes harder. Okay, and these things will happen by the end of the second trimester. The fetus is fully developed and ready for delivery by the end of the 9th. So the full complete development and the last 3 months la nadakkum. This is very important. And the last 3 months நிறையவே இம்பார்ட்டன்டான விஷயங்கள் நடக்கும். Last year you remembered that we have studied about in the last 9th month only இந்த surfactants அப்படின்ற ஒரு இது வந்து விஷயம் வந்து லங்ஸ்ல நல்ல உருவாகும். I think I have covered that. You would have remembered that, isn't it? So if premature baby having a risk of respiratory disorders, isn't it? So likewise many important development is taking place in the last trimester. So the premature baby is very prone to a severe condition. During pregnancy, the placenta acts as temporary endocrine gland and produces large quantities of human chorionic gonadotropin. Already we have seen this, isn't it? HCG. நம்ம ரத்தத்திலே இந்த HCG and even in the urine also this is a small quantity. Somatomammatotropin, HCS, or human placental lactogen, HPL. L. Estrogen and progesterone. So these are the hormones that are secreted during pregnancy. அப்போ இந்த ஹார்மோன்ஸ்க்குலாம் பேர் என்ன? Pregnancy hormone அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்லலாம் ஈஸியா. Which are essential for a normal pregnancy. The hormone called relaxin and is also secreted during the later phase of pregnancy, which help in relaxation of the pelvic ligaments at the time of parturition. It should be noted that HCG, HBL and relaxin are produced only during pregnancy. So these are the pregnancy hormones. Okay. Next, in addition, during pregnancy, the level of the other hormones like estrogen and progesterone, cortisol, prolactin, thyroxine, etc. is increased several folds in the maternal blood. Maternal mother. Okay. These hormones are essential for supporting the fetal growth. And you have a very important, amazing fact here. A female uterus is normally about 3-inch long and 2-inch wide, but can expand 20 times during pregnancy. 3 inch அப்படின்னா எவ்வளோன்னு பாருங்க. 3 inchனா சுண்டு விரல் அளவுக்கு தான் இருக்கு. Okay, long and 2 inch wide, but can expand 20 times during pregnancy. Now we will see another topic that is a very important topic, parturition and lactation. We have seen this one already. Parturition is a completion of pregnancy and giving birth to baby. The series of events that expel the infant from the uterus is collectively called labor. So what is labor? Labor pain சொல்லுவாங்க, labor ward அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க, isn't it? இந்த மாதிரியான the series of events, the baby is delivered, okay, is because of many process that is taking place in a very sequential manner. So அந்த sequential manner ஆன ஒரு event தான், அதாவது எதுனா expel the infant from the uterus, is collectively togetherly called as a labor. This is a very important term you should keep in your mind. Throughout the pregnancy, the uterus undergoes a periodic episode of weak and strong contraction. These contraction called Braxton-Hicks contraction leads to false labor. False labor. As the pregnancy progress increases in the estrogen concentration promotes uterine contraction. This uterine contraction facilitates modeling of the fetus and downward movement of the fetus. The descent of the fetus causes dilation of cervix of the uterus and vaginal canal, resulting in neurohormonal reflexes called fetal ejection reflexes or Ferguson reflex. This neurohypophysis, which in turn bring about the powerful contraction in uterine muscles and lead the expulsion of baby through the birth canal. This sequence of event is called as the parturition or childbirth. Next, relaxin is the hormone secreted by the placenta and also found in the corpus luteum. It promotes parturition by relaxing the pelvic joints by the dilation of cervix with a continued powerful contraction. The amnion ruptures and the amniotic fluid flows out. We'll come to this. Through the vagina, followed by the fetus, the placenta along with the remains of the umbilical cord, called after birth, is expelled out after the delivery. So first, the amniotic fluid comes out, followed by the fetus, and then the entire umbilical cord, which is attached, the placenta, umbilical cord, which is attached, will be detached and it will be expelled out during delivery, and that remains, that material or that organs of the umbilical remains of the umbilical cord which is expelled out is called as the after birth. Is it clear? Fine. Lactation. Lactation is the production of milk. Lactation is the production of milk by mammary glands. The mammary glands show changes during every menstrual cycle, during pregnancy and lactation. Increased level of estrogen, progesterone and human placental lactogen towards the end of the pregnancy stimulates the hypothalamus towards prolactin releasing factor, and the anterior pituitary respond by secreting prolactin, which plays a major role in lactogen. Oxytocin causes the let down reflex, the actual ejection of milk from the alveoli of the mammary gland. We have already seen in the video. During lactation, oxytocin also stimulates the recently emptied uterus to contract, helping in to return to the pre-pregnancy size. So you know this paragraph emphasizes the role of oxytocin hormone. So 1-2 role is highly very important, and it is mentioned here. You should keep in your mind that oxytocin is useful for ejection of the milk from the alveoli of the mammary gland. Second, the oxytocin, which will help to return the uterus to the normal size. So during delivery, so with the help of oxytocin, this uterus after child delivery, it will contract and it will return to the pre-pregnancy size. So this paragraph emphasizes the oxytocin's role. Colostrum. Colostrum, a nutrient-rich fluid produced by a human female immediately after giving birth, is loaded with the immune growth and tissue repair factors. So what is colostrum? Is the first milk. You don't call it as a milk. It is a very nutritive rich fluid. Okay, it contains a lot of antibodies, a lot of nutrients for the baby. Okay, and it acts as a natural antimicrobial agent to actively stimulate the maturation of the infant's immune system. No artificial feed can substitute the first milk, so which all its natural benefits and therefore should be definitely fed by the baby after birth. This one we should keep in our mind. It should not be wasted. It should be given to the child because it contains, once again I am telling you, it contains a lot of antibodies. Okay, so which triggers the immune system of the baby. So it is the very essential for growth and repair of the tissues of the baby, and it has the antimicrobial agent, and it fight against all the microbes and infections. Okay, so it adds a high immune system boost to the immune system. So this colostrum should be necessarily given to the child after birth. So it should not be wasted. We will see what is the antibody specific. I said antibody. What is the antibody specifically? What is that exact specific antibody it carries? Colostrum is also rich in. It's also rich in IgA. Okay, immunoglobulin A. I think we would have studied many immunoglobulins. So antibodies, immunoglobulin A is rich in colostrum. This helps to protect the infant's digestive tract against bacterial infection. Breast milk is the ideal food for the infant as it contains all the constituents in a suitable concentration and is easily digestible. So breast milk is the ideal food for the infant. It contains all the suitable concentration and easily digestible. So how questions can be like this: justify how breast milk is the ideal food for infant. It is fully sufficient till about 6 months of age, and all infants must be breastfed by the mother to ensure the growth of the healthy baby. Compulsorily, nothing should be given to the baby. Even water should not be given to the baby before 6 months. On and only the breast milk should be fed for the child. Once again I repeat, on and only breast milk should be fed for the child who is less than 6 months of age. No water, even water should not be given. Some people, they will dissolve the water, sugar and water they will give, that should not be given. Even the artificial feed milk powder should not be given unless until it is there is no way, the mother cannot feed, and then only it should be given. So keep these things in your mind. Okay. So this question can be asked. And initially few days after parturition, it has less lactose than milk and almost no fat, but it contains more protein, vitamin A and minerals. So this one I think I have missed. Mammary gland secretes a yellowish fluid called colostrum. This also you can write. Okay. During the initial few days after parturition, only few days it is secreted, and later lactose milk will be secreted more in quantity, and colostrum will be very mild. Okay, and almost no fat, but it contains more proteins, vitamin A, minerals. Already I have said, isn't it? And it also rich in immunoglobulin A antibody. And now we have only the last concept which is given in the box, that is cesarean. You would have heard this word frequently, but when we were growing, we have never heard this word. சின்ன பசங்கள இருக்கும்போது இந்த வேர்ட் நாங்க கேள்விப்பட்டதே இல்லை. இப்போதான் recent of late only this word is used in a very large manner. Cesarean. What is cesarean? Isn't it? Yes. Where normal vaginal delivery is not possible due to factors like position of the baby and nature of the placenta. The baby is delivered through a surgical incision in the woman's abdomen and uterus. surgical incision அப்படினா என்னது operation cut open the uterus and they remove the baby from it. So this is called as a cesarean. This operation is called as a cesarean section or C-section. So இது எப்ப நடக்கும்னா when normal vaginal delivery is not possible. அப்பதான் இந்த cesareanக்கு போகணும். அப்ப எப்போ வந்து இந்த நார்மல் vaginal delivery நடக்காத situation எப்போ அப்படின்னா the baby head should be positioned properly and then only the normal delivery will take place. If the baby is in the upside down, that is not possible. Normal delivery is not possible. So that time we can do the cesarean. And even the nature of the placenta, the தொப்புல கொடி இருக்கு இல்லையா அது வந்து குழந்தையை சுத்தி நெருக்கிடுச்சுனாலும் there is a risk in normal delivery. That time also it is a very highly risk. So doctors will prefer for a cesarean operation. This I think you know much. So the world's breastfeeding week is observed during the first week of August. So you can note it down. This can be asked first week of August, and this is done or promoted by worldwide by WABA, World Alliance for Breastfeeding Action. It is recommended by, it is conducted by the organization called WHO, World Health Organization, and UNICEF, United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. Next. And this one interesting fact, I would like to go through this one. Males are said to be sterile when they fail to produce viable sperm. Male also is being said to be sterile when they are not able to produce a viable sperm. Next. Azoospermia refers to the failure of spermatogenesis. So spermatogenesis, the formation of sperm, isn't it? So this process is not taking place. That failure situation is called enlargement of prostate glands is called as prostatitis and can lead to difficulty in urination. Castration of surgical removal of testes is known as orchidectomy. Next. Spermark is the first ejaculation of semen. So in female, we know that we have menarche, and similarly in male, spermark is the first ejaculation of the semen. Okay. Now Arunachalam Muruganathan, inventor and social entrepreneur, he has discovered, I think one movie also came, Akshay Kumar, I believe. So it is a very wonderful movie. You can also watch that movie. And he is the person, he is from India exclusively. India, 943 entries, his machine stood first. So he have produced a machine, automatic machine that will produce the sanitary napkins. Okay. So the entire small history has been given about this social entrepreneur. You can study and get that information later. I hope that every nook and corner of the textbook is covered portion. And this stage of development, once again I will just 4 weeks. What will happen in the 4th week? Formation of foregut, midgut and hindgut. Foregut, midgut, hindgut எல்லாமே வந்து stomach, intestine அதோட related. Heart starts functioning. Forebrain is most prominent. Upper limbs appear as paddle shaped bud. ஒரு மாதிரி பட் மாதிரி இது நீங்க பாத்தீங்க இல்லையா? Yes, 4th week. So these are the developmental stages during the 4th week. Now 8th week. 8th week la enna? Limbs. You can see these limbs and digits fully formed. Movement starts taking place. Neck appears between the head and the thorax. See, you cannot see a neck. Neck ke kadayadhu inga joint full joint irukku ana inga thaniya or neck or head trunk body connect பண்ற ஒரு neck மாதிரி தெரியும். Okay. Yes, external genitalia shows sex differences. So 8th week itself, you can tell it's a baby is a male or a female. You can able to see in the scan. 12th week, eyes and ears are well defined. Next, ossification of long bones are seen. Urine formation begins. Next, 16 weeks, lower limbs reaches final development, movements are seen. 20th week, length of the fetus increases, hair on the head and eyebrows, skin becomes covered with the sebaceous glands, sweat glands. 24th week, you can see the movement, the head movement of the baby. Now, 24th week, the lungs are well developed, rapid eye movement begins, the fetus starts gaining weight. Next, 28th week, immune system starts developing, central nervous system developed, retina is well developed, 28th week. 32nd week, the body weight increases rapidly, skin is smooth due to the deposition of sebaceous subcutaneous fat. Okay. 36th week, the blood vessels are completely developed, the baby is positioned into the pelvis in head down position. In the position where the head down position. See this position, and this is how it should be. This is the 40th week, and this is the right position for the normal delivery. Okay, the baby is fully formed, ready to born any day. The chapter, you can see the evaluation parts. All the answers are highlighted. Class reproductive health. Unit 1, the last chapter of Unit 1 is reproductive health. Okay, we will cover in the next class. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.